My name is Ojuko Temitayo Victoria. I attended Adekunle Ajasin University, Akungba-Akoko, and I obtained my LLB there with a second class honors degree, upper division. Attended the Port Harcourt campus of the Nigerian Law School, where I graduated with a first class honors. I was awarded the award. I was awarded the prize for the best graduating student in criminal litigation, two prizes for that, and then the Director General's prize for first class graduates. Okay, I think since the earliest time when you're in primary school, you have those career days. I'd always wanted to be a lawyer. Like my costume would always be the lawyer costume, and then when I when I got to know better, right, when it was time to choose between going to science class, art class, I knew I wanted to go to art class to, study to be a lawyer. I knew that was just what I wanted to do. I had a gap here between the year that I graduated and resumption to the Nigerian Law School. So that 1 year I had internships, but apart from, when you're interning, you interact with lawyers, you ask them questions and all of that. But I had conversations with my cousin who is a lawyer and, asked for some tips, asked her how the experience was. And then I was also very much concerned about my campus. With law school, you'll be asked to pick two campuses, but at the end of the day, the decision is theirs. So I was making research about the campuses, and I was on YouTube a lot, right? I was on YouTube a lot, watching content of law school students, watching and just learning from them, learning about their experience in each of these campuses. I wanted to go to Port Harcourt, and thankfully I got into Port Harcourt. But the months leading to that, I learned about the living condition, the unique experiences of students in each of these campuses. I think these were some of the things that I did um, to prepare myself. And then, yeah, these were things that I did to prepare myself for the law school experience. I had a conversation with my cousin, and she was able to relate to me what law school was like. And what I got from the conversation was that law school is tough, and coupled with all of the things you read online about law school, I think I before entering law school, I had this. I just knew that law school was tough and it would be so demanding of me. But the truth is, the reality when I got into law school, it did not. I don't think I was prepared for what I faced in law school. Was I've never done anything like that, to be very honest. And I don't even think that, that information I had about, oh, law school is tough, law school is this and that, it did not I was not really prepared for, the reality of it. Law school is different from uni, right? I attended a public uni, and with that, at least you're in charge of a lot of things. Law school is like regimented. You're going to class 9 to 2 every day, and you know, it just the work. There's the work there, and all of the things you have to cover. All of the okay. I was my group's assistant group leader. That came with extra responsibilities, and law school was a lot. If I could put it that way, I was not prepared for it. That's just I was just not prepared enough for it. I had to get there to actually experience. Can I say? There was a time when we had issues with power, right? We were not getting electricity as we ought to. That means that we would not have water as we ought to also. That was challenging, right? Sometimes we had to take buckets downstairs. I was on the first floor. I had to take buckets downstairs to get water. This were, I mean, it was not pleasant in that sense, given all of those things that came with law school already, having to add all of. And from what I heard, it might even be the condition might have even gotten worse now. So, I mean, it's just what it is. Make the best of the situation. All right, so class would usually start at 9 a.m. and run till 2 p.m. So I'll wake up. I was one of those people that would, be late to sign attendance. So I lived on the edge. So I'll usually wake up around 8, get ready in time to just sign attendance, get in class 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then after class, I'll get lunch, I'll eat, and then sleep. I'll usually sleep after lectures and eating. I'll sleep and then wake up around 5 in time for group meetings. Attend group meetings up till 7 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m. latest. And from there, I get dinner. After that, that should be around like 8 p.m. From 8 p.m., I'm reading till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. some days. So I try to like get enough time for myself to read because I mean, I was like I mentioned, I was my group's assistant group leader, and that came with the responsibility of what task. That took time, right? Compiling questions, getting questions from persons that we are trying to answer them, compiling them into one document. That would take time on some days, and then I still have to read, right? So I made sure that I I I made sure that I just got enough time for myself, like outside of that, for myself to read. And then I read in the night. That's the best time for me to read and properly assimilate. So that will take me at least. I made sure I get like at least 4 hours of reading. So I'm doing at least 4 hours every day, and rest. That's why I would usually wake up by 8 to just get enough rest for class. No, I was not a part of any study group. I did the bulk of myself, but then I had like friends that would usually discuss together. I had my roommates, so would usually come together and discuss. If we have questions from our roommates, we throw it at that um answer the questions. I had friends too that on Friday evening. Friday is the start of the weekend, so we read through the Saturday morning. So that was what I had going on, but I did not have like a particular study group. I'm very grateful for um, the support that I got from my family, from my friends in law school, friends outside of law school. They shaped the experience better for me on days that were very tough, that like you just need someone to hear you speak, right? They were there. And my roommates too, I had roommates that I could easily relate with, and so it was easy to on those days where you need encouragement, where you need to just talk, right? I had these people around me, and I'm grateful for each and every one of them. The experience was much better. I can't imagine what law school would have been if I did not have all of those amazing people around me. So yeah, I had family, I had friends, I had um even alumni that I could, talk to. I had my cousin, I had, friends that went to law school, same experience that I could always, reach out to and talk to. I think that for studying, right, I used the same method that I'd used in uni. And it took time because I write, I take notes. I'm such a note taker. So I have notes from class. I had access to the slides, class slides were, one of my primary resource, right, to consult for further reading and studying. So I had that. And then apart from my class notes and the class slide, I also consulted I use Agbata and S.A. Badmus the most. Right. Those worked very well for me. And combining all of that together, I was able to like make jottings, make my own job. And this was what I would after each topic, right? After each topic, I would have my jottings written, right? And that was what I just talked with for revisions and all the readings that would come after. Okay. So the months leading up to bar finals, I was preparing, right? Everyone prepares. I was preparing, and I would usually like put myself in exam situations, answer MCQ, set my timer, answer past questions, and in a way, this kept me closer to law school and the way they set the exam. I had access to all of these questions that I solved on my own multiple times. So I think that kind of prepared me for exam situation because past question, the question that I would write that would be my own bar finals would be past questions on this. So yeah, I stuck with answering past questions, MCQs steadily. I don't think it was extra. I would not call it extra. In answering those questions, I just made sure that I I answered them satisfactorily, right? If I was in the shoes of my lecturers, if I was in the shoes of the person that would be accessing these scripts, I made sure that what that person would be reading would be something that would answer the questions in the way that would impress them. That was just what I did with answering questions. Externship. Thank you. Externship was like the best period of the whole law school experience for me for the reason that I had, access to persons from all other campuses, right? I had colleagues from all the other campuses that I was able to relate with. And so we would usually have discussions after court sessions and after we were done for the law office externship, right? After we were done for activities for the day. So we'd usually go through one another's tasks. We'll go through tasks together, tasks from, across all the campuses, including my campus. We'll go through those tasks and, we're interacting, we're learning things. I was learning things that their own lecturers told them. We're sharing insights, exchanging experiences. So I think all of that, we're enriching, right? I'm not in Lagos, for instance. I did not attend Lagos, but at least I had access to some of the tips that lecturers shared with them in Lagos, that lecturers in Abuja shared with students in the Abuja campus. So that worked so well for me, right? That worked very well for me. Okay, the weeks leading up to bar finals, the way I read is to take notes. I take notes a lot while reading, but I knew that the weeks before by finals, it made me realize that I did not have enough time to do all of that. So I stopped taking notes. I just stopped to those notes I had made previously. And I did questions a lot. Like I was reading with past questions, right? So in my room together it would just go through past questions, answer MCQs, and just put ourselves in that exam situation to access ourselves. And of course, our past questions have a way of bringing gaps in your understanding to fore. So we could see those areas that we still need to, brush up on. We could access ourselves and, correct misconceptions, add knowledge to our understanding. That was how the week super finals was for me. Okay. The most challenging part of law school was for me was how fast paced it was. A lot of things were happening at the same time. You barely have enough time to even pause and take it all in. That was very challenging for me because I mean you're not done with what you have from criminal litigation, and then it's Tuesday already. You have litigation. You're not done, and all of this just keep piling and piling. To be very honest, I look forward to the weekends because that break on Friday after lecture till Saturday till Sunday, it was fresh air. So I was constantly looking forward to the weekend to just breathe. But yeah, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the experience. Okay, so what helped me? What helped me? Right, I had help. Like I said, I had help from friends, from me, but I'll give credit to God also. Right, there were tough days, and there were lots of those tough days, and you would want to just crash out, but you can't afford to, right? Law school is not waiting for you. The curriculum is not waiting for you. So on those days, I'll just talk to God, just tell him about my worries, about my troubles, and you know, after those prayers, I, I, I get this peace, right, that I can't explain. I just get the peace and the comfort I needed to just keep going, to just persist and keep going. So yeah, apart from that, I also had, colleagues around, my roommates that I could talk to, tell them how, you truly feel at the moment. And it was good to have them encourage you. And then also in encouraging them, right, I found that I believed so much in their abilities when they come to me with how tough it was and all of that. I believed so much that they will be fine. I believed so much that they just need to keep going. And in sharing those words to them, I was receiving it back, right? I got the encouragement that I needed also to, keep going. If they can do it, and I believe that they could, I can also do it. Okay. Um, prayer. I think the prayer came most from myself, right? I was pressured in law school. Um, I, I I represent those that demographic of people that strong to one, almost made it for me. And so I saw law school as a fresh slate, right? It's a fresh start. And so there was that prayer for me to do well, like outperform myself. There was that prayer, but you know, I just kept eyes on, what I wanted out of law school. I wanted the first class and I wanted it badly. So that prayer, right, it was there, but then I just tried to keep going because I said to myself, I had no other options. There were no other options than for me to just keep going. And I also wanted to make sure that I would be leaving law school and having given it my best when I'm done with law school. I want to be able to say that I could not have done it better. There was nothing else for me to if I would go back, there's nothing I would change. So I was trying to live up to that, knowing that I'm giving it all my best. It's just few months and I'll just give it my best. Right. No, I was not in a relationship in law. But then I had beautiful friendships, right? I made amazing friends in law school that, helped me to shape the experience for the better. And I mean, they were like the highlights of highlight of my experience in law school. So yeah, I was not in a relationship, but I had, tips on the side. How did I care for my mental health? About law school is that a lot of things will happen to your mental health in law school. A lot of things will happen to you. But then there were days that I just there were days that I just like closed my books and decided today, if ever will fall, it should. I'm not reading today. Just watch episodes of movies. And yeah, that was my escape. Sha. I was watching movies, just watch movies, and then I have conversations with friends, and yeah, get back to reading when I felt okay. When I felt we can continue. Lots can come in now. Yeah, so I add that. Okay, my advice to people that would be getting into law school would be to, just approach law school with an open mind, right? A lot of people have gone to law school and they are no different from you. If they if they went to law school and they came out with whatever results you desire out of law school, there are people that have gone to law school that have done it. They are no different from you. They are humans like you. So I'd encourage people that will be getting to law school to just approach law school with an open mind. Is a fresh beginning, is a fresh slate for you, and you'll be fine, right? You will be fine. You will honestly be fine. The day I saw my results, I heard that the results would be out that day. So I traveled home. I traveled home because I knew at the worst, I knew I was going to pass, right? The question was how well, right?
Mm.
But I knew that it doesn't matter what grade I come out with, my family would be proud of me either way. They would be happy, they would be proud of me. And I think I needed that. Right. And I just said to myself on the bus back home, the worst that could happen would be that I'll get a pass. That's the worst that could happen. That's the worst that could happen. But I resolved there and then that whatever it was, I would not I would not feel anything but grateful and happy. I would honor the work that I put in. I would honor the efforts that I put in. And then when I checked my result and I saw a first class that I made a first class from Nigerian Law School, I crumbled down in tears. I was I was shaking because wow, wow, like, and what flashed through my mind was all of those nights, all of those hours, long hours of reading, and just working for this. And now I finally get what I worked for. So I was filled with so much gratitude. And then I, told my family, my sister about it, and they were so happy. I was very, very thankful. I was very thankful because I mean, it means that all of that did not go to waste, right? I was very happy and thankful. Right. Okay, I did not know I was going to get the prize until the first day. The call bar was 3 days, so I just got to know on the first day. That was Tuesday, and I was shocked. I was shocked because all of my preparations, right? All of my preparations, everything I did in law school was to make a first class. I did not have eye on any award or any prize. So when I found out that I'd been awarded like two prizes, three prizes together with like a generous prize. I was I cried because I just broke down in tears because what do you mean I was the best graduating student in criminal litigation? I did not see that one coming, but I was thankful. I was very, very thankful to God because I mean that was in doing more than what I even asked for. So I was thankful. With the preparation bit, my approach was that I knew that the questions would come from this curriculum, right? It's the same. They are not asking questions outside of the syllabus. So I wanted to ensure that if questions would come out from this topic or this topic or this topic, all the topics I would be able to attempt and answer them properly. So that was my goal while reading all of my studying. My goal was to make sure I have a solid understanding of each topic. And then I had support from family too. These were people that believed so well in my ability. Even on days when I, doubted myself, where I questioned if I could actually, do this thing that I said I would do, right? They were there to, give me that nudge, that support that I desperately needed at those points. So all of these were helpful. I think all of these were helpful in, making a first class. And then there were also people that I mentioned that I watched YouTube a lot. That was where I knew of young VIP, right? I watched interviews of people who made the first class on the channel, and that spoke to me, right? It encouraged me that these are ordinary people like myself. These are people that, you know, went to law school too. They wanted a first class and they got it. So watching all of those interviews, watching them talk about their experiences, it sort of like it assured me, right? It assured me that I can actually do this. Like it is possible. It's brought the possibility of it to to me that this is not something that I can't do. So all of that where I would give credit to all of those two in this achievement.